feeding people is one of the greatest things you could do in the world. People who come into the industry, they think because they put a chef jacket on and they can go on social media and say they're cooking something on a plate. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's what we do isn't just on a plate.
Yep.
Hello everyone, I'm Chef William Johnson of Mia and Me Catering. I've been in the business now for about 21 years. Right now we tailor towards healthy food. We have about over 250 clients on our client list. You can reach us if you're interested in any of our services at Mia and Me Catering on Twitter, at Mia and Me Catering on Facebook, as well as Instagram.
All right, hey everybody, I'm Maria Campbell, operator, creative director of Cooks Who Care, and I'm so excited for you to be here with us to learn from people who really care about giving back and learning from each other, because that's what it's really about, right? Is being able to connect with one another in a digital world, and
Yep.
It's hard. So we're here today to kind of talk about not just the job, but the things that go on, the sacrifices we make, the things that are behind the scenes that people don't see. They just see the food being put out on the table. So thank you so much for following with us. We hope you like, subscribe, comment, and share. Cool. So how long have you had your business?
I've had my business now for 6 years, going on 7. It's been a wonderful road. It was about in 2012 when I left my job. I was a private chef at a country club. I was there for about 6 years. And one day I just was in the kitchen cooking. I just was tired. You know, I was literally tired of just doing the same repetitive thing over and over and over. You know, as chefs, you know, we build specials, we do different things to make our day different. But it was more of the environment that I kind of wanted to get out of. So I started Mia and Me Catering in honor of my daughter to create wealth in the family. If she wanted to go to college, she said she wanted to take the business, then fine. I have 6 nephews who could do the same. But that's, you know, how long I've had it and why I do it. You know, it's just for family.
Yeah.
And to have something in, you know, in the honor the Johnson name. The change is a lot of traveling now for me. I don't get to see my family that often as I would like. You have so many more hats to wear. You have to make sure that your schedule fits into someone else's schedule. It's not like your schedule is yours anymore.
Yeah.
Some days you can just be in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah.
Some days you're on a train, you're on a plane, you're in someone's bedroom changing sheets or whatever it may be. But my role is very much different now, mostly because not only am I concerned about my life, I have employees who I have to be concerned about theirs. So it's like now the role of being an owner opposed to just the chef. You know, you're wearing so many different hats because there's a lot of things that encompass those two things.
Yeah.
And sometimes for me it's stressful, but I learned to deal with it. But that's how it's changed for me mostly, and that's the 2 hats that I'm wearing now.
But what do you try to do for yourself to boost your own performance level?
Travel. I've visited 27 countries within a year and a half, and before I started traveling, I figured out what did I want to do, what did I want to learn. Of course, as chefs, we don't know everything. We learn new things every day, we learn new things from each other. But I wanted to kind of get to the places opposed to just going back to school and just sitting in a class and doing technical things.
Yeah.
I wanted to really get there and see what ingredients they were using, what their techniques were. In a lot of different countries that I went to, I took cooking classes. And that's how I was able to give back to myself and also be able to learn more, be able to get in the trenches, and just be like a vessel.
Yeah.
So that was what I wanted to give to me and how I wanted to learn more and be able to give back to others. You figure I've been to places like Morocco, and that's a top place in the world for gastronomy. Thailand, went over there and really indulged in cooking. Tuscany and Rome, Capri, a lot of different places where I was able to just get in there, stomp grapes with my feet and make wine like they used to do back in the old days. So traveling is the main aspect that I gave to myself, and in turn that knowledge I give back to the others when I'm in the kitchen, because you know you learn so much about flavors and your senses and different things, and when you go across these places and they're teaching you.
Yeah.
They're showing you how they do it, opposed to just sitting in class and you're reading out of a textbook.
All right.
You know, it's that experience.
Like, this is reality.
It's reality.
Yeah.
And I was always taught in the business that experience was a major key.
Yeah.
So having that experience now and being able to travel to different places and give that knowledge back to me and learn is what I've given to myself.
That's awesome.
Us as chefs, we're just doing our job, right? We're doing what we love to do, and it takes time out of our day. It takes time out of our lives. So you have to have someone who's understanding if you're in a relationship with them, or kind of be chefs together.
Yeah, right.
Right?
You're right.
And on our side, we have to understand that people want our time. They value our time. They want us around. And I always tell everyone every day, this isn't my job. This is actually my love. This is my life. And it's not work for me. It's actually enjoyable.
Right.
You know, like I actually love getting up in the morning and go do what I do.
Right.
Just to see smiles on people's faces and see how they're enjoying what I'm presenting to them. And what people have to understand is that this is a very difficult job. It's a difficult position.
Yeah.
I mean, feeding people is one of the greatest things you could do in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of time. And people who come into the industry, they think because they put a chef jacket on and they can go on social media and say they're cooking something or a plate. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, it's what we do isn't just on a plate.
Yep.
It's a lot that goes from the process of getting the food,
Yep.
finding how much it's going to cost to put on that plate, which can be mind-boggling because you have a budget that you have to stay within.
Yep.
And they just have to understand it's a lot of work, and you can't cheat the process.
Yep. What are some things that you've had to sacrifice in your personal life in order to have the career you dream of?
Well, of course, we friendships, of course. But now I've learned over time in owning a company that if they were true friendships, right? If they were true friendships, then that would last through whatever you go through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you have a strong system and support system, most of the time it's family.
Yeah.
But if you have true friends, you can get past all of that. And I've really realized that now that I don't have that.
Yeah.
I just have acquaintances,
Yeah.
which is okay with me. But I had to sacrifice a lot of friendships that, you know, sometimes it hurts to know that you don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
But you have to keep going. You know, because this is the love that you have. This is the talent that we were blessed with, and I believe that technology is a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Because you have so much technology that allows you to do things and get to a destination quicker.
Yeah.
Where we had to kind of like look at a textbook or actually take in and listen to what the chef was telling us, get hard instructions, and go through the fire. You figure I started as a dishwasher. Now the kids are coming out of school, they think they should be on Food Network.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want to go through the necessary steps to become greater than what they even expected when they were in school. You know, for those challenges that we had, it was like, okay, we had to start at the bottom. You know, some of us didn't go to school or didn't go to culinary school.
Yep.
We had to gain a lot of experience. So we started at the dish machine, and then we would go over and make solids.
Yeah.
Next
right.
thing we know, we're over at the grill.
Yep. Yep.
We're
yep.
at saute, and we're moving up, and we take a lot of pride in what we do because we were there and looking at the guys who are there now. We see what the process is to get where we are, and we actually look at it as a thing where we say, you're proud of yourself. You know, you know how much work you put in to get to that level. And now you look at the kids, they're just like, it seems like nobody wants to work. It seems like everything just has to be handed to them. And it's almost amazing to me.
Do you think it's possible to have a career that feels successful to somebody and have a life?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm a walking testament.
Yeah.
Because I told you, even though it's my career, it's not work for me. You know, so creating balance is easy. It's almost like, okay, I know I have a job to do, and I know I have clients to feed, but at the end of the day, when I do that, it's enjoyable, right? I make it fun. My day is never miserable. You know, I'm never really one of those guys who just get ticked off.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not even balance. It's just my life, right? My life is waking up 4 o'clock in the morning, getting to my destination by 6, getting to work and really into the trenches by 7. And my day is typically over around 12. I know to some people that's like, you have an easy day. But I put a lot into those hours and to get it done so that way I can enjoy the rest of my day.
Yeah.
Whatever it is I might want to do, I make sure I get it done early. So if I want to go visit my daughter in college, if I want to go out and have a nice dinner, I can do that. Right? So I create my life for what I want it to be. If it's me not taking on so many jobs and, you know, putting so many restrictions on what it is I can do outside of cooking, I'm never going to do that. Because I create my own balance, and it's not hard for me because I know what I want to do with my life. I don't want to be 55 years old in the kitchen and I barely can walk and, you know, no. I want to be able to tell memories about what clients I worked for as well, which places I've traveled. We could spend our whole life working. And we can look back and we can see that we have done nothing but work. And at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're doing things that are enjoyable to you as well. And when you're doing that and you're thinking that because you have so many jobs and you have so many people that you can, you know, cater for, one thing you're not remembering that you're not catering to yourself. And the main thing that you have to remember is that to be a better you have to always be a stronger you. And I live by that, and I make sure that whatever it is that I do, sometimes I tell people no. If it's an event that's going to interfere with me going to some distant country or spending time with my family, I'm not going to do it, because those things have to be important just as much as you working every day. So if there's any advice that I could give someone, is that you have to make sure that you give time to yourself and give time to your family, and like we were talking about, creating that balance.
I feel good about life. I feel good about my family, my successes. Remaining humble along the way.